What do you do when you and your spouse drift apart? Is there any hope for reconciliation? Is it even possible to fall out of love? These are tough questions with no easy answers. But today we're going to try to tackle these issues. You know, there are many reasons why couples drift apart. Sometimes they grow in different directions. You know, one spouse may become very ambitious and the other one stays home raising the kids, or one becomes a drunk and the other one leaves. Sometimes there are extramarital affairs. Sometimes there's just a lack of communication, or maybe the intimacy just isn't there anymore. Whatever the reason, the result is the same, a drifting apart. So the question is there any hope for reconciliation? Can a couple who have drifted apart ever get back together? Well, I believe the answer is yes, but it takes work. It takes a commitment from both parties to repair the damage and to rebuild trust. But if both people are willing to do the work, then there is hope. You know, sometimes when couples drift apart, they begin to look for the reasons why. And most often they'll come up with 3: money, children, religion. Well, let's take a look at those. Money is a major issue for many couples. You know, when you have financial problems, it can cause a lot of stress and tension in a relationship. And if not dealt with properly, it can cause a drifting apart. The key to keeping money from becoming a stumbling block is to be open and honest with your spouse about your financial situation. Don't hide things from them. Don't try to keep up with the Joneses. Live within your means and save for the future. Children are another potential source of conflict. You know, when you have kids, there's a lot of responsibility involved. And if one spouse feels like they're doing all the work, it can cause resentment and bitterness. The best way to avoid this is to sit down with your spouse and make a plan. Who's going to do what? How are you going to split up the responsibilities? And then stick to the plan. Religion can also be a point of contention for couples. If one spouse is a believer and the other one isn't, it can cause some problems. You know, they may disagree on things like right and wrong, heaven and hell, the purpose of life, and sometimes one spouse will try to force their religion on the other one. That never works. If you want to have a happy and healthy relationship, you need to respect your spouse's beliefs, even if you don't agree with them. So, what will bring the couple back together? Well, usually it's the little things that make the biggest difference. Like when you and your spouse make an effort to spend time together. You know, without the kids, without distractions, just the two of you. When you make time for each other, it shows your spouse that you care. It shows them that you're willing to invest in the relationship. It also shows them that you're willing to work on the problems that have been driving you apart. So is divorce the answer? Well, I believe that divorce should be a last resort. You know, when all other options have been exhausted, divorce may be the best option. But it shouldn't be entered into lightly. Divorce is painful. It's messy. It can be very expensive. And it can have a devastating impact on your children. So only get a divorce if you're absolutely sure that it's the right thing to do. Can Christians divorce each other? Yes, I believe that Christians can divorce. I believe that there are times when it's the best option. But I also believe that divorce should be entered into very carefully. And I believe that it should only happen after the other options have been exhausted. Well, thanks for watching. I hope this video has been helpful to you. If it has, please share it with your friends. And I ask that you subscribe to our channel so that we can keep you informed about all of our new videos. Until next time, God bless you and remember, Jesus loves you.